Wonderful. All right. Everyone hold your horses. We're going to start from the top. Okay. Starting now.
Welcome to the Dead-Celebs podcast with your hosts, Brent Novak and Tana Satterley.
For a complete list of all of the celebrities who died, please visit our Facebook page, the Dead-Celebs podcast.
Well, welcome. I'm going to introduce Jon again. Actually, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Brent. My co-host, Tana Satterley. Welcome, everybody. We got 8 strong. And I did this already, but I'm going to introduce Jon. It looks like everybody kind of knows Jon. This is Jon's group. Thanks for bringing him on. Jon Perry is the co-host and founder of Talk Murder to Me, a very popular podcast that I can't thank him enough for getting me started and getting me involved in podcasting. So thank you, sir, and welcome. And he's our very special guest tonight. So I'm going to let you deal with Jon, if you want, for fun. You can deal with your people in there too, and kind of talk them and get them worked up.
I was to deal with them tonight.
Isn't that normally Nicole's job too? I feel.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Okay, so let's. We're starting all over, and we had a little couple bumps here on getting live. Tana, if you could talk to about our friend Benjamin, who passed away in June.
Yes,
but it wasn't talked about until July. So
correct. Yes, Benji Gregory, who rose to fame as a child star on Alf, died on June 13th after suffering a heat stroke. His sister told the New York Times. Born Benjamin Hertzberg on May 26, 1978 in Los Angeles, California, Gregory quickly became a busy child actor after landing a role in the hit sitcom at 8 years old. He rose to fame playing Brian Tanner across 101 episodes of Alf, which premiered in 1986. The NBC sitcom chronicled life with an alien who lived with a suburban family. The series ran for 4 seasons. Gregory is also known for roles in The Twilight Zone, The A-Team, T.J. Hooker, Fantasy Island, and Murphy Brown. He made several appearances as an orphan named Dash in Punky Brewster, and was also featured in Whoopi Goldberg's 1986 spy comedy, Jumpin' Jack Flash. Gregory's voiceover work included Pound Puppies, Fantastic Max, and the Back to the Future TV series, and his last credit, a voice role in the 1993's Once Upon a Forest. Gregory left Hollywood after his early acting career and enlisted in the U.S. Navy, where he graduated to become an aerographer, specializing in meteorology and oceanography. He was 46.
Now, and everybody saw, this is sad that he passed away from heat stroke or heat exhaustion.
Heat stroke. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And when everybody came on board, we were talking about this Elf comic book where Elf is humping this seal, and it's a very popular comic book. And I just thought I'd share that with everybody. So, and also too, we have a disclaimer here, even though people passed away. I said this during the pre-live show, is that we are very saddened by all these deaths, but we want to have a little fun with their lives a little bit, and kind of try to keep it entertaining instead of being so sad. But with all due respect to everyone who had passed, we are extremely, it touches our heart, but we're going to have a little fun with the life they lived, if so is it. All right. So anyway, that was way funnier the first time we did it.
So did he so he left, he did the child acting, and then he went to the Navy, as you said. But like in Twilight Zone, was he a child actor in Twilight Zone, or do you know?
That's what I'm gathering from that information. We do very little research here. We do just enough to scratch the surface.
And you know what else I'm going to say is we actually did a live podcast when Shelley Duvall died, and Tana during her research told us that Shelley Duvall's dad was actually the director of The Shining, which was
Stanley Kubrick.
Stanley Kubrick, which is not true.
Not true.
No, it's not true. We were all like, yeah, okay, that I didn't know that. Oh, really? I didn't know that. So don't listen to us. Don't think about it.
You can't believe everything that you read on the internet.
You can't.
Okay, you just
right?
can't.
Or hear or anything that we talk about. But we'll do our best. You know, most of this information is pretty spot on. It's pretty spot on, even though Shelley Duvall's Stanley Kubrick's daughter. Okay, so Kiki Jabar, she was a cast member of the own reality show Love and Marriage Huntsville, died on July 3rd. The series centers around the lives of 3 Hollywood African-American couples who come together to revitalize the thriving city of Huntsville, Alabama. I didn't realize it was a thriving city. Through their joint real estate venture, the Comeback Group, Jabbar joined her cousin Letitia Scott on the reality series last year. So I'm going to talk about this for a second. Kiki died in her automobile. So when I read this coming up, you'll understand a little bit what's going on. So Joanne Jenkins, who featured Jabbar on her live streams frequently, is setting the record straight on the reality TV star. Kiki did not overdose. Kiki did not take her own life. Jenkins said on her YouTube stream, Kiki loved life. Kiki was not ready to leave life. She wasn't ready to leave her children, her husband, and her family. Last night, she turned the car off and fell asleep. Jenkins continued, her car was not functioning, and there was something already wrong with her car. Kiki passed away from carbon monoxide poisoning, and that's it. That is all. She was 42.
What? But her car was off or on?
Well, that's so. It says her car off and she fell asleep. This is what it says. So
I'm the worst. I'm sorry.
So no, this is good. I love it. That's what it says. It says that her car was off and she fell asleep. Now, how do you die with your car off? Right? You need the carbon monoxide. So she must have had it off or on and it maybe switched off.
Yeah. Like maybe she was in the garage and then she just turned it off, but the monoxide was still in the garage or something.
Right. Yeah.
Very sad.
That could be too. I was going to say a lot of times in wintertime, people, if they come home drunk, that will happen in the north.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. Did anybody ever watch her or familiar with this woman at all? Is anybody in the live chat? Yeah, she's very pretty.
Yeah, she is. Well, she was. Let's just say.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. How did the live chat's coming up? That's cool.
Well, I did that.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe I'm the only one that could click on it, but
that's a nice profile pic you got there.
Yes. All right, Tana, who's up next?
Up next, we're going to recap one of the celebrities we covered in our last live stream because so many died within just a few short days. We actually did an episode on those celebrities, and one of those folks was Joe Bonsall. He was an author and longtime member of the Oak Ridge Boys, and he died on July 9th due to complications from ALS. As a member of the quartet, he was inducted into the Gospel Music Hall of Fame, the Vocal Group Hall of Fame, and the Country Music Hall of Fame. He was 76.
Here's a quick look at Joe. If you remember, if you used to listen to the Oak Ridge Boys, if you remember that face. I did as a kid. Like I remember my uncles, like the song Elvira. We were all singing, singing Elvira. You know that song? You guys don't know that song? My heart's on fire for Elvira. Okay, I'm gonna do this part. If you don't remember, giddy up, boom, ba, mow, mow, giddy up, boom. Nobody. Wow. Does anybody in the live chat know that? Look at we actually lost the live chat person during that song. Somebody exited over my singing. Yeah, giddy up, oop, up, mama. See this? McCrate
Oh
knows.
my gosh. Well, you got a new friend.
Oh gosh.
What is that, like bluegrass or I mean,
It's old country. Mhm.
Yeah. Classic country.
Classic country. Yeah, that's what I would say. Kind
Yeah.
of that's 70s,
mm,
Yeah.
70s country.
Mhm.
Let me grab the next picture real quick before I start.
I feel like Hanson may have copied this guy with the Om Bop. You know, the
Maybe. Is that what came to your mind right away?
Maybe.
I Hanson always comes to my mind, yes.
Getting to know your music taste. Okay.
All right, well, I'll be darned. Okay, sorry, having a little hard time, but so this is an interesting find, I think, Tina.
Mhm.
On who's next. Let me just find the picture. There she is.
Mhm.
So I'll read this real quick. Who passed away? It looks like relation to Jon Bon Jovi. Carol Bongiovi, the former Playboy bunny, U.S. Marine entrepreneur and mother of legendary rock star Jon Bon Jovi, died on July 9th. Born Carol Sharkey and raised in Erie, Pennsylvania, she met her future husband, Jon Bongiovi Sr., after enlisting in the Marine Corps in 1959. The couple later settled down in Sayreville, New Jersey, where they raised their three sons. An avid supporter of her son's John's dream to become a musician, she bought him his first acoustic guitar at age 7 and later founded and operated the Bonjovi fan club out of her flower shop. She is survived by her husband of 63 years, as well as her three sons, 3 daughters-in-law, and 8 grandchildren. She was a healthy 83. So that's a good life, though.
Yeah. I think Bon Jovi Jr. just got married, right? Does anyone want to verify that? Some junior got married to somebody.
We really need a producer, Brent.
Yeah, we do. We do.
Anybody want to sign up for the job?
We had somebody doing a little bit of research at one point. I was like,
Yeah.
Hey, we just report the facts, guys.
But here, I do want to point out, this is impressive. I mean, she was a former Playboy bunny and a U.S. Marine.
Yeah. Was he a Marine, or her husband, or?
I don't know. I don't know, but that's pretty.
That
impressive.
is very impressive. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't even get into the Marines. You know.
Yeah, John was in the military.
No. Well, kind of.
Kind of.
I was Boy Scouts. I was an Eagle Scout, you know.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, okay.
Whatever. All right, Tana, who's next?
Stranger Things. Oh, that's right. Jon Jovi. What is it?
Jon Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi Jr. is married to the girl from Stranger Things. 11.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't say what year she was a bunny. So that would be an interesting Playboy to pick up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to search through my archives.
Yeah, exactly. I actually dated I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say that's back in LA. Yeah, sure.
A Playgirl model?
No. The president of Playgirl I dated for a little bit. It was a female.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Tana.
Moving on.
I
think we skipped one.
We did?
Yeah.
Okay, who was up? Well, let's jump to Dr. Ruth.
We'll jump to Dr. Ruth. I love her. Love her. Oh. So this is also a recap. If you want to hear our full story on Dr. Ruth, go to our YouTube page and see our previous live broadcast. But I'll give you a little bit. Dr. Ruth Westheimer was a groundbreaking sex therapist, author, and TV and radio host who imparted hilariously candid sex advice on programs like Sexually Speaking and The Dr. Ruth Show. She died on July 12th. She was inducted into the Radio Hall of Fame in 2019. And also, she trained as a sniper in her home country.
What?
I just had to throw that in there. For more information, you got to watch our previous podcast. I'm sorry, our previous live stream. I'm giving you a teaser.
That is incredible.
Right?
Can you at least
right?
can you at least tell us what country?
Okay, so she's from Germany.
Germany.
And
Okay.
yes, she joined the paramilitary group when she was 17 and trained as a sniper. And then, she was only, I think, 4'7" or 4'11". I just imagine this little tiny woman training as a sniper. I just blew my mind. It just made me admire her so much more. She was
That's
92, by the way.
Oh, wow.
92.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually thought she had passed already. I mean, just being honest, like I assume she did.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 92 is great. If I always hope for that. And
Wow.
John, did you learn everything you know today from Dr. Ruth?
Yeah, my mom would make me listen to it all the time.
Gosh,
That's so awkward.
that's
Your
awkward.
mom?
I think it's awesome. It's awesomely awkward.
I actually didn't take sex ed class. Our school didn't offer it, which is so I didn't really have any education. I mean, I guess under the bleachers education. No, all right, so who is this?
That's yeah. Let's move on before
Moving
we find
on.
out what happened under the bleachers with John. This is Shelley Duvall. If you didn't know, she was not related to Stanley Kubrick, and she started The Shinings. She died on July 11th due to complications from diabetes. Outside of the film, Duvall also created, hosted, and executive produced several popular children's television programs throughout the 1980s, including Fairy Tale Theater, Nightmare Classic, and Tall Tales and Legends. And she was 75. And again, this is another celebrity we talked about earlier because we had a span of 7 days where very important celebrities, including these guys, and Richard Simmons passed away, so we went live. So check that guy out.
Yeah.
Can I just say real quick that I really admire what you guys are doing, because I think you guys are it, man, as far as when a celebrity dies, like you only cover that and you go into their life and
That's very kind.
Thank you.
Nice. And I'm sure the family members, they come across this and they probably really appreciate what you guys do. You're bringing remembrance to them. He's blushing.
I don't know about that. You didn't see the last live show. They're probably like, well, these people think they are. That's probably what we got, right? So I'm assuming. Yeah. Well, thanks. That's very kind.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, Tana, up next. Who are you reading so I can make sure and bring them on?
So if I'm pronouncing this right, James Sikking, Sikking, Sikking.
Okay.
He memorably starred as Lieutenant Howard Hunter on the police procedural Hill Street Blues and played the character's father on Doogie Howser, MD. He died July 13th of complications from dementia. He was born on March 5th, 1934 in Los Angeles and began his career with several guest roles on television series, including Perry Mason, General Hospital, Bonanza, Starsky and Hutch, Hogan's Heroes, and Hawaii Five-0. In 1981, he became a series regular on Hill Street Blues as the no-nonsense Vietnam War veteran Howard Hunter. The tone-setting cop drama debuted to critical acclaim and went on to span 7 seasons, earning 26 Emmy Awards during its run. Sikking received an Emmy nomination for his performance in 1984. 2 years after the drama concluded, Sikking reunited with Hill Street Blues creator Stephen Baco for Doogie Howser, MD, starring alongside a young Neil Patrick Harris as his on-screen father, Dr. David Hauser. Sikking also appeared in 1984's Star Trek III, The Search for Spock, directed by and starring Leonard Nimoy, and the 1993 legal drama, The Pelican Brief. Sikking is survived by a wife, 2 children, and 4 grandchildren. He was 90.
So he has one of those faces, if you ever watched any TV, because as soon as I did not know his name at all. I don't know if this probably isn't the best picture, but as soon as I saw his face, I'm like, oh my gosh, I've seen that guy in everything, you know? So, yeah, rest in peace. That's tragic, but
90.
You make it to 90. That's a bonus. That's bonus money.
Yeah.
To get to 90, right?
You know who also has dementia real bad is Bruce Willis. I don't know if y'all been keeping up with him.
It is bad. I think it's the same type that Robin Williams had. And we've covered him before on our.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
No fun for sure. All right. So up next is I don't know if we've talked about him yet, but Richard Simmons. What a ball of energy this guy was, right?
Yeah, I think recently, I mean, obviously he passed away, but didn't a couple years ago he was like missing or something?
Yeah, he just wanted to be out of the spotlight. So nobody even knew where he was. And like Pauly Shore wanted to do a movie. He had talked to him and confirmed that he was alive. He was gone for like a year and a half where no one knew where he was. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there was a whole podcast on trying to find the guy.
Oh, yeah.
He went off the map. Like his family, I don't think even knew where he was.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's like one of the most recognizable guys in the world.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, you look a lot like Richard Simmons. No, it's not me. It's somebody else. Yeah, Pauly Shore. I'm Pauly Shore. Somebody put on Facebook a picture of Pauly Shore and said Richard Simmons passed away. I'm like, oh, that's terrible. That's terrible.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So we also cover Richard in that podcast as well. The episode before. Richard Simmons is the eccentric fitness instructor and media personality who rose to prominence in the 1980s. He died on July 13th. He starred as himself in several episodes of General Hospital in the 1980s, hosted his own daytime Any Women talk show, and produced more than 60 workout videos throughout his career. He was only 76. Yeah.
Did it say how he died? By just natural?
I think that early in March of this year, he had come out and said that he had cancer, and it's escaping me right now what type it was.
I thought it was skin cancer, but that
maybe it was. Maybe it was. I'm not sure, but he did come out and they did cover that in March, but he acted like he was going to fight it. It wasn't a big deal. But I don't guess it worked out so well.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't love Richard Simmons? I mean, he's just so positive, you know.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a bummer.
Yeah.
All right, Tana. All of them are bummers. Absolutely. Okay, who's up next? And some we may not know, and I did not know who this woman was. So,
well, and some people who watch these shows might.
Absolutely.
Naomi Pomeroy. She was a chef and restaurateur known for helping to put the Portland, Oregon dining scene on the map and for competing on the 3rd season of Top Chef Masters. She died on July 13th in a water recreation accident. She had been out with her husband, Kyle Webster, and a friend who both survived. Pomeroy, the founder of the critically acclaimed restaurant Beast, also appeared on the original Top Chef as a guest judge and on TV shows such as The Taste and American Masters over the years. In 2010, she competed on Iron Chef America. Her cookbook, Taste and Technique, Recipes to Elevate Your Home Cooking, was published in 2016. She was only 49.
That is terrible. Wow.
Yeah, I didn't get the details on the water recreation accident, but she was with her husband and a friend. Could you imagine, and they survived. Like, what a tragedy.
It must have been a boat accident or something. That's
Yeah.
it says Anna
Oh,
got her foot caught in a rope for her paddle board here in Oregon.
oh
Whoa.
gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Oh,
a paddle board. Oh my God.
mm,
That's scary, man.
it is scary.
No, I've heard her name Pomeroy. I don't know if you watched that show The Bear. It's that
Yeah,
Oh
show.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
know of it. I haven't watched it.
They mentioned her Pomeroy because I remember that name.
Oh,
Huh. Interesting. I didn't know that. Okay. I everybody talks about it, but I've not seen it yet. So.
yeah.
All right. This
Oh.
famous actor was mentioned in our live stream last 2 weeks ago.
Mhm. Not
Did I get him? Did I get him right? I got him right, right?
no.
Yeah.
If we're talking about Shannon Doherty.
Oh yeah, we're talking about Oops, I skipped Shannon. I skipped Shannon.
Oh,
Bob Newhart's next. Hold on for Bob. Actually, you know what? I've got it up. We're gonna go to Bob Newhart.
Okay.
I'll do Bob Newhart. Yeah.
Okay.
Because we didn't really talk too much about Bob last week. Not as I don't know. So
No, I don't
2
think
weeks
we
ago.
did at all, did we?
Oh, we didn't. Okay. All right. Well
Because
then
he died after that. Yeah.
he did. Okay. Well, good. I'd like to read about Bob Newhart anyway.
Sure.
One of my favorite comedians, one of television's most
Aw.
revered comedic actors of all time, died July 18th after a series of short illnesses. His
Mhm.
career spans 60 years from early roots as a stand-up on the Ed Sullivan Show and his cameos on the beloved Professor Proton on Young Sheldon. His pitch-perfect timing and deadpan delivery made him a timeless comedic force. Newhart's first comedic album, The Button-Down Mind of Bob Newhart, won the Grammy for Album of the Year in 1961. While Newhart was named Best New Artist, his work in stand-up got him noticed by NBC, which gave him a variety show in 1961. The program lasted only one season, but it showed Hollywood he had the chops for hosting and for busting chops. He went on to help in MC The Entertainers, The Dean Martin Show, Ed Sullivan, The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. Newhart would go on to lead the infamous sitcoms The Bob Newhart Show and Newhart, the latter of which was known for his iconic ending. He was 94. Are you guys familiar with that ending of Newhart?
No.
I am
Okay.
not.
All right. So Bob Newhart Show takes place in the 70s for sure, could be late 60s into 70s. And at the end of Newhart, which takes place in the early 90s, late 80s, he wakes up from a dream and he's sleeping next to his wife from the first show. And he goes, I just had this crazy dream that I owned an inn in this, like he recaps the second show. Like
Oh.
the whole second show was a dream while he was in his first reality. So
Oh, wow.
yeah.
That
So
is-
fun way to tie in the two shows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is pretty iconic.
Yeah, pretty
What movie
pretty
is it
creative.
he's in now? Is that
That picture? Elf.
Yeah.
Yep.
Elf?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Health. Oh, which by the way, I did see apparently on that movie, it was said that Bob Newhart actually told Will Ferrell that he was not funny.
Bob Newhart said?
Mhm.
Oh my gosh.
And you know, I have to say, I do like Will Ferrell's movies, but for some reason, Elf just gets on my nerves. It's an unpopular opinion, but I can't stand the movie. Everyone in my family loves it. It just gets on my nerves.
I also share that opinion.
Hannah doesn't like Elf. Everybody who's on, email her. Email her over and over and over again with gifts from Elf.
Oh boy, what did I get
know.
myself into?
Let's see if that won't happen. Nobody will. Nobody. What are you talking about? Nobody will.
Oh, gosh.
All right, Tana, you want to talk about Shannon?
Sure. So, as well, we covered Shannon Doherty in our last live episode. She was a prolific actress known for her roles on several TV hit series. She died July 13th after a long battle with cancer. Doherty became a household name thanks to her roles on Beverly Hills 90210, where she played Brenda Walsh for 4 seasons, and Charmed, where she played Prue Halliwell for 3 seasons. She was only 53.
Yeah, sad. We talk and we go into a little bit more detail in the other episode about her feud on Charmed and how she left the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Are these all just in July?
all in July. Yep. These all happened in July.
And actually, this isn't everyone. This is just a smattering.
So it's usually like kind of like this, like 30 celebrities die every month type of thing.
We cover
a good chunk, 10 to 12.
Yeah,
right?
we cover 10 to 12. But some of the websites that I use for reference, Entertainment Weekly, Deadline Hollywood, they go into sometimes people from, like across the pond or Canada or people that I feel like our listeners maybe have not heard of, or they talk about like producers or people that weren't necessarily well-known celebrities. So I try to hit the highlights when I do this.
Oh yeah.
So
that's crazy because you hear about the 3. It's like they die in 3s or something like that. Crazy.
Yeah. All right. So up next is Mr. Lou Dobbs. I should have had him a little bit more ready. Sorry about that.
Lou Dobbs. He's a football guy.
That doesn't look like a very good football player.
Let
me tell you who Lou Dobbs was. Are you ready? Are you ready to be entertained and learn something, John, and your football knowledge? Jeez. Totally kidding. Longtime conservative talk show host and political commentator Lou Dobbs died on July 18th. He hosted the Lou Dobbs Tonight, originally Moneyline on CNN from 2003 to 2009, and then again from 2011 to 2021, where he revived the show after leaving CNN for Fox Business Network. He was also a producer and director known for State of Play and Managing with Lou Dobbs in 1993. Most recently, he hosted iHeartRadio Great American Show. Let me say that again. He hosted iHeartRadio's Great American Show. He was 78. And I don't know how he passed. I don't know how Lou passed. It doesn't say. So it's the hardest thing. Yeah, it's the hardest thing to get to sometimes.
The family just keeps it private,
Yeah. Especially if it's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Very sad.
Any comments on Lou Dobbs? Obviously, John's got a lot to say about Lou Dobbs.
Lou Holtz.
Lou Holtz. Yeah, that's what it was.
That's the only Lou I know with the name Lou.
Hey, we have broken a record for most people watching at one time. We are up to 13. Thank you.
Yay!
Thank you for everybody that's joined us tonight. Next time we'll have 2. It'll be my mom and Tana's mom.
Oh, is your mom on for real?
No, my mom's not even on. Tana's mom was last time. But.
Yeah, I think that I don't know if our technical difficulties scared people off.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
Oh well. It happens.
We'll do it again.
It happens to me every time we stream. So don't.
Well, now I know what to do too.
Yeah.
So.
Who do we have next?
Mr. Duke.
Fakir.
Abdul.
Yeah. Abdul Duke Fakir, the last surviving original member of Motown's The Four Tops, died on July 22nd of heart failure. Along with Obie Benson, Lawrence Payton, and Levi Stubbs, Fakir's recordings included hits such as I Can't Help Myself, Sugar Pie Honey Bunch, Ain't No Woman, like the one I've got. It's the Same Old Song, Reach Out, I'll Be There, and Baby, I Need Your Lovin'. Great songs.
Great songs.
Yeah, I know
absolutely.
Look at his teeth. Yeah. Look how perfect his teeth are there.
Yeah.
Wow, he does have shiny pro teeth.
Yeah.
Well, you can tell who he is in the picture too. You know.
Yeah. In 1990, he and his bandmates were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame by Stevie Wonder. They were recognized with a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award in 2009. He was 88.
Good life.
Yeah. Great
Good,
songs.
Great songs. Good life.
Yeah.
Okay. We're almost done. There's maybe three more people left. And this is an interesting, I did not know who these people were, but the way they died is
tragic.
very interesting. Yeah, absolutely. We'll bring them up first. Fairly young, and this is an interesting news story. I gotta find come on. Oh man, I really had it. I had it going on, and then I lost it. Okay, here we go. 3 members of the Nelons, a gospel music association Hall of Fame quartet, were among 7 people killed in a plane crash on July 26 in Wyoming. Nelon's co-founder Kelly Nelon Clark, her husband Jason Clark, and her daughter Amber Nelon Kistler died in the crash. The Georgia-based Nelons were inducted into the Gospel Music Association Hall of Fame in 2016 and have won 10 GMA Dove Awards, including multiple Songs of the Year and Album of the Year awards. Also killed in the crash were Nelon Kistler's husband, Nathan Kistler, family friend Melody Hodges, and Larry and Melissa Haney. The group was headed to the Gaither Homecoming Cruise to Alaska, according to a statement from Gaither Music Group, the sponsor of the cruise. The National Transportation Safety Board spokesperson Keith Holloway said preliminary information indicated the plane crash following an autopilot issue during flight. Sad.
Reminds me of Leonard Skinner.
Yeah.
That's why I don't fly on planes.
Oh my gosh. My ex-wife's brother is a pilot, and he's a great pilot. But we flew to a wedding out in Georgia, and it was 4 of us in a 4-person plane. And as we were landing, it was shaking so bad because it was so windy. I literally thought we were gonna die. Like that is the only time so far in my life where I'm like, I'm dead. I am dead. We made it. We made it. If you didn't know.
Obviously.
Yeah, we made it. So there you go. Yeah.
You know, if you didn't, we would be talking about you, because I don't know if you told everyone, but you were also a producer and a celebrity.
Yeah. No, I'm not really anything special.
Come on, you were. I saw your movie. It was really good.
Thanks, man. Thank you very much. Tana hasn't seen it yet. Has you seen it, Tana?
Not yet.
Okay.
It's on Amazon.
It's on Amazon for $1. Okay. It's too much money. It's not worth it. So.
You need to raise that. I loved it, man. See, I thought it was, I didn't know you were in it. I thought it was like your brother who was like your twin, but
I do have a twin brother, just like every soap opera, right?
I really enjoyed your movie. I did.
I appreciate it. That means a lot. I got to bring, every time I'm feeling sad, I'm just going to bring you on.
Aww.
John, tell me how great I am. All right. Tana, who's up next?
Well, I kind of switched it around on you. I did that on purpose. I'm sorry. Because I really wanted to talk about Francine Pascal.
You can talk about both. How about that?
Okay, fine.
You want to read both?
I will talk about both.
Thank you.
This, however, is not Francine Pascal.
No, this is Kim Johnson.
Yes. Kim Johnson is a retired school teacher who competed on Survivor Africa and became the season's runner-up. She died on July 23rd after a long battle with cancer. Born in Cleveland and raised in Annapolis, Maryland, before moving to Oyster Bay, New York, Johnson was 56 when she competed on Survivor back in 2001. While she thought she would be the first person eliminated, Johnson made it all the way to the final 4 and then surprised everyone by winning the final 2 immunity challenges. Though she ultimately lost to Zahn in a 5-2 jury vote at the final tribal council, Johnson is not only the oldest Survivor contestant to win a final immunity challenge, she also remains the oldest female finalist in franchise history. She was 79.
Oh, bummer.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah. Did it say how she died? I'm sorry.
It just said a long battle with cancer.
Oh, man.
I know. You know, I mean, I don't care what age. I wouldn't have been on Survivor at any age, let alone now or at her age. I give props to all of those people who do that.
That's a tough gig. Tough gig. All right, Tana. Well, we'll get you who you want. And this is our last celebrity of the night. And before we enter it, I just want to thank everybody for joining us, and hopefully you catch it back on the replay and comment, like, and subscribe, and whatever makes you happy.
Yeah. Send us an email. What's your email, Brent?
Oh, it's Brent@dead-celebs.com. Tana, what's yours?
It's Tana, Tana @dead-celebs.com.
Yeah. Tell her you love Shelley Duvall and her dad. So, go on. All right. Who is the last person?
The last person, Francine Pascal. She was the author of the long-running, best-selling, and much-beloved Sweet Valley High series of young adult books. She died on July 28th in Manhattan after a battle with lymphoma. The series, which had its first debut in 1983, spawned multiple spin-offs, ran for 20 years, was translated into 27 languages, and reportedly sold 150 million copies worldwide. Sequels, The Sweet Valley Confidential and The Sweet Life, were published in 2011 and 2012 and followed the original characters as adults. A Sweet Valley High TV series ran from 1994 to 1997 in syndication and briefly on UPN. Non-Sweet Valley High projects of Pascal's included the Fearless Books series, adult novel If Wishes Were Horses, psychological thriller Save Johanna, and the young adult book The Ruling Class. She was 92. So I love to read, and it began when I was in junior high, and Sweet Valley High books that was my thing. That was my jam. I mean, I loved all things Sweet Valley High, and it just makes me very sad because she was a great author and she brought me much joy when I was a young teen. So,
No.
Yeah.
Let's go. And I have.
Did you ever read those, Brent? The Sweet Valley High?
Nope. I have not. Nope.
Oh,
what
a shame.
Some Sweet Valley dressing. That sounds like a dressing. I've had some of that. That was pretty good. I think it was buy one, get one free at one of the stores. And I was like, oh, Sweet Valley. That's nice. This is actually Sweet Valley. No, I know the books, though. I know the books.
Yeah. Aww.
Well, that's all our celebrities tonight. So, John, thank you for coming on the show. It's a pleasure having you on.
Yeah.
You kept this moving. You brought in your crew, and we can't thank you enough. So
thank you.
Yeah, I loved it.
Good. And tell Nicole to get warmed up. We're going to ask her soon too.
She would love that. She's on now, I think. Yes, she would love that. Seriously.
Good. We'd love to have her too.
Yeah, she's a little more mature than me. So.
Well, all right. Well, thank you guys. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Just got a little outro, and we will shut it down. Stay on, John. Stay on, Tana, afterwards, and we'll catch up a little bit. Thank you all very much. Thank you. Can't thank you enough. And we will see you. Hold on. Here we go.
See you next time.
See you all next time. Check out our sister podcast, Talk Murder to Me. Step into the captivating world of true crime with an unexpected twist of humor. With John's compelling narrative and Jen and Nicole's amazing banter, this podcast offers an entertaining and unique approach to true crime storytelling. Talk Murder to Me can be found on any podcast platform, also streaming live Saturdays on YouTube. For a legal disclaimer, please visit www.dead-celebs.com. The Actor Factor brings the industry knowledge to you firsthand from professionals, including working actors, directors, managers, and more. Find it anywhere podcasts are streamed.
If you are struggling with thoughts of suicide, please reach out. Help is available. Dial 988 for the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.